So a standard class I feel like really differs from major to major and also depends on the class size. And while I can't speak for every major, for me specifically, I can really say that my classes have been like heavy discussion based and also very hands-on experiential learning as opposed to lecture, which I really appreciate. Something that I think is consistent from class to class is the relationship that you build with your professor, and I think that comes from being at a small school. You're not just going to be a face in the crowd, you're not just going to be a number. Your professor's going to know your name, they're going to know when you're there, when you're not there, and your peers will too. And that's something that I really appreciated as well. It makes you kind of feel cared for.
A standard class, most liberal arts courses at St. Mike's consist no more than 30 people. As you go to take higher classes, they are even smaller, about 20, 15. Some of them might have 10 people. They're seminar style, and you get to have a lot of good conversations, a lot of good discussions in class if that's what you like to do. And like I said, professors will know you, you'll know the professors, and you often have a good relationship with your friends, with your classmates. And I think that's something that personally I really care about. So
at least for me as an English major, my classes are primarily discussion based, which I absolutely love because it's much more comfortable for me to talk if I'm in like a circle discussion area. And then as you get into higher levels, the classes get smaller and smaller. Last semester, I had a class that was literally 7 people, but it was my favorite one ever because I got to know just my classmates and my professor on a really personal level, and it helped me understand the material so much more than if I was in a class with like, I don't know, 100 people.
The average class size is 18 students, so you get the opportunity to get to know your classmates and your professors really well. All of the professors are really passionate about what they're teaching, and they're so excited to teach students. And they really make the effort to get to know all of their students individually. So the classroom experience is a really wonderful learning community full of people who are excited and passionate about what they're learning about.
Standard classes are small but close and open and welcoming. Many of my classes were very discussion based, and we had some roundtable discussions which really allowed you to get to know your teacher, your classmates, and feel comfortable with using your voice.
So far, I've been in pretty small classes. I don't think I've been in a class larger than 30 people, but even in those larger classes for me, those 30 people classes, I feel like I am one of 5 and I'm in a study group with the professor. You really form bonds with your professor and your classmates.
The biggest class in St. Mike's is 100 people, and there are introductory biology, chemistry, and some other science courses. And even in those classes, you have lecture in a big in the lecturing hall, 100 people, no more than 100 people, but the labs are split into smaller groups. So most of the time, you will not be in a room with more than 30 people. And I think that's something really important to me because I really enjoy smaller classes.
Specifically, being a biology major, some of the introductory science classes are large lectures, but you get broken down into a lab with no more than 20 students, and that's really nice because the professor can actually come over and help individual students and work with your group more closely.